Hello, my name is Tom Leonard and I am Superintendent of Eanes ISD. I'm happy today to have a few moments to try to give you some information about a tax ratification election which our board has decided to put in front of the voters in November of 2017. This tax ratification election we call the 2017 Penny Swap and Drop. The Eanes ISD Board of Trustees unanimously approved in August for the voters to decide a particular question in November of 2017. That question will be whether or not to approve a tax ratification election. Part of that would drop the interest and sinking rate by 3.25 cents. The interest and sinking rate is the rate that pays for bonds. It would increase the maintenance and operations rate of the district, MNO, by 2 cents. Those extra 2 cents would not be subject to recapture, and this is the fund that pays for primarily staffing, salaries, and benefits. The combined effect of both of these rates changing would be the following: that our total rate would be $1.20 instead of our current total rate, which is 1.2125. This would also have the effect of increasing the local tax dollars collected in Eanes ISD that are not subject to recapture by approximately $3 million, allowing for more local control of your revenue. If the voters approve the penny swap and drop, the TRE election, the overall tax rate in Eanes ISD would be 1.20. If the voters do not approve the penny swap and drop TRE election in November, the overall tax rate would revert by law to 1.2125. Here is an illustration of how we would like to change the rates. First of all, our MNO rate's divided into two parts. The first part is 100 copper pennies. That gives us an MNO rate of $1. That $1 initially collects from Eanes taxpayers approximately $143.7 million. Those 100 copper pennies are subject to recapture under the state's finance system, which means that over 60% of those pennies are recaptured by the state of Texas and are sent to the state to fund other schools. That lowers the amount of revenue we get from the first 100 pennies to $50.2 million. The other part of our MNO rate is 4 golden pennies. So our total MNO rate right now is 1.04. Those 4 pennies bring in approximately $5.7 million. Note, the golden pennies, the $5.7 million, is not subject to recapture. The second rate that we have in Eanes ISD is the INS rate, which pays off our debt associated with past bonds. That rate right now is approximately 0.1725, for a total tax rate of 1.2125. Under the penny swap and drop, we would swap 2 pennies from the INS side, and we would move those 2 pennies to the MNO side, changing the MNO rate to 1.06 and lowering the INS rate to 0.1525. The second part of the proposal would drop 1.25 cents from the INS rate, and we would drop that off, which would then change the INS rate to 14 cents and our overall tax rate to 1.20. Right now, these are the current tax rates of the 12 districts in Central Texas in our area. Eanes has a 104.17 and a total rate of 1.2125. We are collecting 4 golden pennies. The other 3 districts listed there have 6 golden pennies. We are proposing adding 2 pennies golden for our MNO rate, lowering our INS rate to 0.14 for a total rate that would be lowered to 1.20. Again, because the 2 golden pennies are not subject to recapture, this would yield approximately $3 million of additional local revenue. After the November election, we will have one of 2 possible rates in Eanes ISD. One rate would be 1.2125 with 4 golden pennies. The other would be 1.20 with 6 golden pennies. If we access the golden pennies, we would lower our tax rate and we would keep more funds local. The ballot measure legal language as you see it here. Note that this is Proposition A for Eanes ISD. This is a tax ratification election. It is not a bond election. It does say that the rate will go up 2 cents. Those are the 2 golden pennies from 104 to 106. But it also says in the last sentence that this will decrease the overall tax rate and lower the overall tax rate eventually to 1.20. These are the dates for registering to vote, voting early, and Election Day is on Tuesday, November 7th. We have a website that's been set up, www.eanesisd.net/pennyswap. I hope that the voters of Eanes ISD, whether you have children in the district or not, will become informed about this question. I hope that you will vote, and I hope you will make an informed decision. Thank you.